Welcome back, guys. I hope your day is going well. So, the NFF's president, Alhaji Ibrahim Rousseau, is reportedly in talks right now with Herve Renards regarding, the possibility of taking over as head coach of Nigerian Super Eagles. If you remember in the last video, I mentioned that Ibrahim Rousseau favors another coach, that is not Eric Shile. Of course, Eric Shile is the man that the technical committee actually came up with unanimously as the person that they want to succeed Coach Finidi. But the president himself is not exactly keen about Eric Shile because he has his mind on someone else. So according to the report, the NFF's president is determined to actually get Herve Renards to become Nigerian Super Eagles head coach, because he is the man that he wants to take over from Coach Finidi. Again, it's going to be hard, and as I did mention in the last video, Herve Renard's salary is quite much compared with all the other coaches. And, NFF are saying that they cannot afford the first quote that he gave them through his representative, that's $180,000. But, the latest report is that the man is willing to take a pay cut just so that they can have a good conversation, regarding the position. But again, there's also a consideration right now from Tom Senfield, which is also, one of the candidates. He's actually the third person on the list. But a major report right now is claiming that the NFL are also inquiring from Tom Senfield about how much he is willing to accept a salary for the coach. So I think why they're just doing this is to try and see, the financial demands or salary that all of these coaches want, Eric Shile, Tom Senfield, and Herve Renards, and then compare the three of them together and see which one is viable, which one is workable for the federation, which one they would see as a good price, and and think about going forward with them. So this is basically just to see which one has a realistic price for them to move ahead with. But in terms of who the NFF's president is favoring is Herve Renards, and that's why he has obviously had conversations with him after he resigned from the France women national team with their disqualification from the Olympics. So we're still going to see what happens in the next coming days. Of course, the federation are obviously racing against time right now because the qualifier games comes up less than a month from today. So they are going to have to close this deal down sooner than later. Else, we might have to resort, or the team might have to resort to appointing a caretaker coach of some sort, so just to oversee the games that we will be playing later in September. But that's still a secondary option. Based on the NFF, they are saying that the coach is going to be employed before these games. But from what we've been seeing now, it's very possible, it's very likely that they will not agree terms with any of these coaches, from now to September. It's possible. So that's what's going to happen. So in this event, we might see an interim coach who takes responsibility as the head coach for those games in September. But moving away from that, just let me let you know that Chelsea have now reportedly reached an agreement with Atletico Madrid for the signature of Nigerian Spanish striker Samuel Omarodion, who they've been looking at for a really long time now to sign. But right now, the report is that Chelsea have reached an agreement with Atletico Madrid, and it's just only a matter of time for them to sign on the paperwork, and then Omarodion is going to head to London to do his medical, and then he's going to sign. So it's almost a done deal for this one, according to Fabrizio Romano of the Transfer Guru. Again, this is obviously one news that some people are not expected. Myself, I was actually surprised because I felt that Chelsea were prioritizing getting Victor Osimhen over Samu. But this is what has now happened now. They are apparently prioritizing Samuel Omarodion over getting Victor Osimhen. And on Victor Osimhen's front, there are two reports right now. One is saying that Chelsea are still interested in getting Victor Osimhen, but on a loan deal, and the other one is saying that Chelsea have backed off from Osimhen's deal because of the fact that they are now in pole position to actually sign Samu Amunike. Samu Amunike's deal with Chelsea, it's reported to be a contract that is going to run until 2031 with an option to extend for one more season. That's almost like 7 years contract that they are willing to give this man. And then the transfer fee is around £35 million or 40 million euros, and it's going to be paid upfront, and then there are other bonuses as well and add-ons later, depending on performance basis for the young man. But this deal has still not crossed the line. That means it's still not signed and sealed. It's not here we go yet, because there's still a number of things that needs to be happened. For example, Atletico Madrid will have to first of all complete the deal for Julian Alvarez, who's coming from Man City, and they are going to also conclude the deal of Conor Gallagher, who is also coming from Chelsea. So this is very, very dependent on whether Atletico is going to let Samu Amunike go. But in terms of whether both clubs have agreed the transfer fee, and whether Chelsea have agreed the personal term with Samu, all of these things have been already settled. It's just remaining for the players that Atletico Madrid are hoping to come in to replace Samu. So if this works perfectly, which is obviously working, because Man City have also confirmed that Alvarez, that they've agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid for Alvarez to join the club. So it's almost a done deal now. So Chelsea having their man in Samu Amunike after chasing him for several weeks. And this, of course, puts Victor Osimhen's deal, or Victor Osimhen's interest from Chelsea, in a sort of a waiting list, because they've actually signed two strikers in this season. They signed Gil from Barcelona, and now they're signing Samu from Atletico Madrid. Chelsea are no longer in need of attackers. They already have Jackson, and of course, they might just pass on Victor Osimhen still. So it's very possible that Osimhen might get to spend the next season in Napoli, or else, maybe something very surprising or something shocking happens towards the last day of the transfer market, maybe from PSG side or from Arsenal side. Maybe they get to break the transfer fee, for Napoli, and then he goes down that way. But it seems like the door has closed for Chelsea to get Victor Osimhen. But that's, by the way, let me move on to the next gist and let you know that Emmanuel Amunike has now given his first few words after he was appointed the new head coach of the Heartland Football Club of Owerri. In the earlier video, I let you guys know that he has completed the signature, to become the new head coach of Heartland side after they secured the promotion ticket from Beyond Limits. They actually bought that ticket for over 200 million naira. And thanks to the government of Imo State, who are obviously the one funding this whole process, they were able to get Emmanuel Amunike to sign. But the man has released his first statement about the club, and he has all these very strong, optimistic words to say. I'm just going to read it to you so you have the full picture of what he said. He said, in his address to the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, he said, "Your Excellency, I am promising you on behalf of myself and the entire Heartland FC that we are going to do our best to ensure Heartland return to their former enviable position. I am someone with objective, and I do not involve myself in something that I am not capable of doing. I remember when I was unveiled as the coach of Tanzania, one of the things I told them was that we will qualify for the AFCON 2019. But everybody thought it was a joke. But eventually we were able to qualify them for the AFCON for the first time after 39 years. Please be rest assured that I will make sure that with your support, we will take Heartland FC back to where they used to be." So this is the words from this man, his first official word as the incoming coach of the Heartland side. Of course, it's going to be a really interesting NPFL season, especially with the likes of Emmanuel Amunike and Coach Finidi in the dugouts, for two of these respective club sides. That's the update for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and also follow the page if it's on Facebook that you're watching. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely day ahead, guys, and stay tuned for more updates.